What's going on, all you filmaholics? Welcome to Filmology. We're your filmologists, Keenai and
Tony.
So we're about to discuss a very, very competitive Week 7 game of the week. So we're about to get into this. Let's just get into it. We're not even going to say anything else. Let's go.
Yep.
Starting it off with a banger of a game. Well, I can't even call it a banger. Realistically, it was a smacking. It was a smacking. Where the Broncos beat the Saints 33-10. That boy Bo, granted, he didn't have the best stat line because in that game, he didn't throw a single touchdown, unfortunately. But the team still found a way to win.
Yeah, but that's been Bo's thing all season so far is the man can't score.
I mean,
He doesn't have the stats, but they're getting wins.
I mean,
Like,
he
you can't be mad at it.
He can't be because they're still, even with him not throwing touchdowns, they're still finding ways to get into that end zone and win these games. And in this case, where you blow a team out by 23 points, you can't get mad at him. Like, yes, he didn't throw a single touchdown, but what can you say? They're winning with him. They're finding a way to win.
I personally feel like that's got to do with Sean Payton.
A little
Honestly,
bit.
because I feel like Sean Payton's getting that that invigoration from Bo the same way he used to get it from freaking Drew Brees.
Oh yeah, I definitely
And I
agree.
feel like that's meshing really, really well. No offense. If you think about it, technically Sean Payton's with another white quarterback.
It happens. I mean,
It does happen.
It happens, but
Bo Nix is killing it regardless because for a rookie, he's actually one of the higher rookies this year, outside of Jaden Daniels and I'd say Drake May realistically at this point.
Yeah.
So you can't really be mad at the guy.
oh no, you can't at all. And it does my heart good to see an Oregon Duck alum doing his thing. You know what I'm saying?
You're just going to keep tooting this man.
Yes, I am. He is an Oregon Duck alum. That's what he came into the NFL as. He wasn't no Auburn freaking alum. None of that. He came in as an Oregon Duck alum. So that's what he is. Screw what you say about everything else.
All right.
But either way,
Man's got the dub. We're happy. Congratulations, good sir.
facts. But moving along to a game that surprised me between the Patriots and the Jags, where the Jags run away with the win 32-16.
Oh, listen, because I immediately need to talk about this game.
Okay, talk to me.
Because speaking of that boy Drake May, okay, that boy Drake May went the hell off. This man went 26 of 37, 267, and 2 touchdowns. Mind you, this is his first actual start because Jacoby Brissett led them to a 1-6 record. Okay, we're talking a veteran guy led them to a 1-6 record. Granted, Drake May is not getting the best situations right now.
No, he's 0-2 right now because he lost to the Texans last week, and now he just lost to the Jags.
Listen.
But we give him the benefit of the doubt because he is a rookie. He's still got to grow.
We're
not harping on him too much.
However, I am going to harp on that Patriots defense for a second.
Okay.
Because you lost to the Jags. You let Trevor Lawrence, remember the Titans knockoff, only throw 15 of 20 for 193 and 1 touchdown. This is the third or fourth highest paid quarterback?
Yep.
At
tied.
$55 million right now?
Yep.
And y'all let him only, granted, they held him under 200 yards.
Yes.
That's not the problem here. The problem is we're talking about such a degenerative Jags team to where y'all should have dog walked them.
Mm-hmm.
Even with all the bush y'all got going on in y'all's freaking thing, it's like, I want to give it straight to, I want to give Trevor the congratulations for the win, but I can't. I really can't because he didn't do enough to impress me this week.
No.
And this was a London game too.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. Maybe the jet lag is what got the Patriots, but
again, even though, yes, you got the win and everything like that, this is only your second win of the season. We're 7 weeks in. We're literally about to hit the halfway point next week. Next week is the halfway point because it's week 8.
Halfway, my boy.
And you're just now getting your second win of the season. Like, congratulations on the win. But for you to get the contract that you did, you're no. Only,
and you know what's crazy? No, you can't even give it to Trevor Lawrence. You realistically got to give it to Tank Bigsby. And
yeah, Tank Bigsby. He went stupid.
Tank Bigsby went stupid.
He went crazy.
No, this man went stupid. Okay, he didn't go stupid. He went stupid. Okay, this man had 26 carries, 118 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Absolutely stupid. So if anything, this Jags win doesn't even go to Trevor Lawrence.
It don't.
It goes to that offensive line and that running game.
Oh yeah, it does. I 110% agree with you. But I mean, at the end of the day, a win's a win, like we always say. You know.
Unfortunately, we're not all inclusive with the Jags. Okay. Unfortunately, we got to give you credit. Yeah, we're so happy. Regardless, Drake May, we get it. It's early in your career. Bounce back, dude. You're better than this. You made some ridiculous plays because you realize, as much as I don't wanna, he's trending towards that Vanilla Vic tag for me right now. Because that man was running for his life.
Yes, he was.
He was running for his life. So that man he's second on my board right now for the Vanilla Vic tag. All right.
Lord have mercy.
So Drake, I need you to pull it together, all right?
Oh, yeah, for sure. But moving along to the next game of the Texans facing off against the Packers, where the Packers ran off with a very, very, very close game with a final score of 24-22.
Ooh.
This was a dogfight. This literally came down to a last-minute field goal with only 7 seconds left on the clock.
Yo. Okay. 2 things I want to address here. Because we both know that we both show not only CJ Stroud, but Jordan Love a lot of love.
Yes, right? We do. Yes, we do.
We love these guys.
Want to see them strive.
We love to see these guys, especially see these guys duke it out. Because these, at this point in time, are league top quarterbacks.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
We definitely, this is the young generation of quarterbacks that we're growing up seeing. Well, not us, but we're still growing, so to speak.
Yeah.
So this is technically us as well. And it's like these dudes are the same age as us, and probably half the people we got watching this, going out here doing great things, getting millions of dollars. And it's like, hey, congratulations, do your thing.
Heck yeah.
This was a dogfight of a game. Unfortunately, what was it? Packers took that one, right?
Packers got the dub.
Unfortunately, CJ, hey, bounce back. You bounce back from that playoff last year. You can bounce back from one loss.
I was about to say, it's only the second loss on the season for him.
Yeah.
Like it's nothing to stress about, know?
Either way, no, because I do want to jump back to the Jags-Patriots game for a second, because with these young quarterbacks, and especially, Trevor Lawrence is still a young guy, Jordan Love's still a young guy, all these young guys, Trevor Lawrence actually told a quote is like, hey, don't let one game affect you.
Mm-hmm.
Don't think that, you're the leader, but don't think that, 1, it's not all on you. 2, you just can't get bogged down.
Oh, yeah.
And I think that goes for all these guys, CJ Stroud, all these guys included. CJ, you'll bounce back. Jordan Love, congratulations, my guy.
Just keep doing what you're doing.
You found a way to get it done.
Keep doing what you're doing.
Keep doing it.
But moving along to a game that I have some things to talk about. Because this game right here was tied for one of the barn burnerest freaking games ever between the Detroit Lions and Minnesota Vikings, where the Lions broke the streak with a final score of 31-29. This was a fight.
This game was way closer than it should have been. Granted, the Lions, once they took the lead, because the Vikings went up 10-0.
Yeah, we're like 10-0 in the beginning.
We're like, oh shit, we're seeing the same Vikings we've seen for the last 5 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
We're seeing this. Their dominance is continuing. And granted, their dominance was mainly on the back of still reigning Vanilla Vic champion Samuel Darnold. Okay? Because this man right here proceeded to go 22 of 27, 259, a touchdown, and a pick.
Yep.
That's not a bad stat line.
Not really.
He's had slightly worse ones, but still found a way to get it done.
Mm-hmm.
Now, unfortunately, Sam, this was a white on white crime. All right, you just had to take it, because Jared Goff, he wasn't a slouch this week. He balled out too.
Oh yeah, he completed 22 of 25 for 280, 2 touchdowns. And surprisingly, he ran the ball twice, but only got -4 yards. So
tragic.
I don't know how you get negative yardage running the ball, but
I don't know either.
He tried.
He's like, you know what? He's like, you know what? I heard Tony talking about how Sam Darnold was the Vanilla Vic. I'm finna take this title from him.
And
nah, bro, you embarrass yourself. But what's crazy is it wasn't just the 2 signal callers going at it.
Oh no,
it was the entire team going at it.
Oh yeah, it
both
was
sides of the ball. They were dogging each other the entire game. Which honestly, at this point, this is what we've come to expect.
Mm-hmm.
We've come to expect this from the NFC North. Not only if the Bears could pull their head out of their ass and get it done, we'd be talking probably one of the stronger divisions.
Oh yeah, because I'm glad you brought that up, because this was a team effort on both sides. Both teams came and gave it everything they got. They put their blood, sweat, and tears into this game, especially that boy Jahmyr Gibbs, who went crazy this week. He carried that ball 15 times for 116 yards, 2 touchdowns, to go along with 4 receptions for 44 yards.
That man was on demon time.
Oh yeah, he was not playing no games.
Like, I personally feel, and you can say what you want, but as it stands right now, I personally feel like the Lions have one of, if not the better running back groups.
Oh yeah,
in the NFL right now.
Oh yeah,
because with David Montgomery and Jahmyr Gibbs.
Oh yeah, that's a deadly 1-2 punch,
especially behind that Lions offensive line. Disgusting.
Oh yeah.
All right.
Oh yeah. Can't say enough about this game, bro. It was crazy. It was crazy.
Yes.
Like I love competitive freaking games, and this was exactly that. Like, this quite literally, like I said, came down to literally the last 7 seconds of the game decided it.
Yeah. Which, another crazy stat line about that game, the Vikings kicker is 21 for 21 to start his career.
That's impressive. That's really impressive.
For field goals. So, shout out to him. I don't remember dude's name.
I don't remember his name either.
I don't remember his name, but I know he's a rookie, and I know he's been dogging it the hell out. Now, I'm gonna lean in for this one. Sam, I need you to listen to me, because if you hear this, just know your reign as Vanilla Vic is slowly coming to an end. All right, you got people creeping, trying to take your spot. I'm gonna need you to show me something this coming week. All right.
Oh yeah.
And shout out to Jared Goff. We honestly, there's a lot of people out there that are still saying that the Jared Goff trade for Detroit was a bad idea. Like,
I don't see how. Like, since he's been in Detroit, he's been a beast.
I've heard it. I haven't heard it that often, because obviously he's been quelling those rumors.
Yeah.
But there's you got to remember all the hate he got when he first got to Detroit. Yeah. Everybody was like, "Oh, this guy, we don't want anything to do with him." And then now he's out here dogging teams in and out each week. Mm-hmm. Ended one of the 2 undefeated team streaks this week.
Yep.
He had a lot of help. Want to just say congratulations to both guys. Y'all left it all out there, man. There's no better. This right here is why we watch the game.
Oh yeah.
For games like this.
Oh yeah. Wholeheartedly, 100%. But moving along to another game between the Seahawks and the Falcons, where unfortunately the Seahawks destroyed my dark horse 34-14.
Oof.
Yeah, they went in there and they put the hands on them. or in this case, they put the talons on him. You know what I'm saying? Like they weren't playing no games. Like Kirk Cousins, you've been doing your thing all year long, you know, but like he said, every dog has his day. Unfortunately, this week was this was your week to take that L. Geno just outperformed you.
And I am glad, Kirko No Chains is your name for this.
Here comes the hate.
Yes, it's coming. You already knew this. Because the Seahawks, of all teams, granted, the defense is what led up the points. Granted.
Mm-hmm.
But you had a barn burner of a game against the Bucs.
Mm-hmm.
Dogged out, threw 500 yards.
Mm-hmm.
Went slam off. You were swag surfing in Atlanta, dog. Like, you broke out the forbidden white boy moves. You showed the world that white boys got rhythm. Okay? And then you go and you play the Seahawks. And you only put up 14 points? 14?
Yeah, it happens. Unfortunately.
Your chain privileges are revoked. Congratulations to Geno.
I don't even know what to say about it. You know, it tore me apart because my dark horse was doing so good. I mean, they're still doing good. They're still sitting second in their division, you know, but
it's the fact that, you know, we got that. You like that version of Kirk Cousins last week when he threw for 500 yards to this week to where he really didn't do that hot. He played well, but like, I'm not expecting the man to go in, week out, and throw for 500.
No, not at all.
But for you to have forced an overtime against a Bucs team, which is way better than the Seahawks.
Way better.
And you go and you lose to the Seahawks in very disappointing fashion.
Yeah.
That's where my just, hatred stems from on this. Because you're back to showing that wishy-washy right now, dude. And we can't have that.
I don't know about saying that he's back to showing wishy-washy because it's just one game. Now, if he has back-to-back games, then yeah, I'll give you the wishy-washy. But it's one game.
I meant what I said.
Get behind
Kirko No Chains, get it together. Geno, you got lucky.
Anyways, moving along to the next game between the Tennessee Titans and the Buffalo Bills, where the Buffalo Bills proceeded to whoop that behind 34-10.
Not putting belt to ass.
Yes, belt to ass. 34-10.
I got one thing to say about this, and I don't want to talk about anything else about this game, at least on my behalf. All right? Will Levis. Give it up.
I got some things to say. I got a lot to say. Because here's my thing about it. Even though the score was a blowout, 34-10, in all reality, the score kind of skews how the game really went.
How so?
Because for the whole first half, it was 10-0 in favor of the Titans. Oh yeah. Let's talk about that real quick. It was 10-0 for the whole first half.
Hold up. All right, I'm breaking my silence here. Because William Levis, and I get this isn't all your fault.
No.
But you did this to the Bears, where you blew a 17-3 halftime lead. You've done it now where you blew a 10-point lead to the Bills, and you went scoreless the second half.
Yup.
Y'all let them put up 34 points.
Yup.
Now, I'm not going to pull a Titans head coach and be like, oh, it's all Will Levis's fault.
No.
But at the same time, you didn't exactly fight back either.
No. You literally fought for the first half, came back second half, and just said, all right, I'm hanging it up, coach. Figure it out.
Pretty much.
But I want to turn my attention to Josh Allen, because even though you got this win, you are further proving that you are not him, because the fact that they held you to 0 for the whole first half goes to show you ain't that guy.
Yeah, but 34 in the second half, that's a lot, my guy.
It is. I give it to him. It is. But the fact that it took the second half for you to wake up.
Hey, we've seen it now. Not defending Josh Allen in the slightest, because I'm not behind the hype either. But I will defend him. I'll defend him, but I won't defend him, but I will defend him. In the aspect of, we've seen a lot of games where teams will get dogged out in the first half.
Yep.
And then second half, halftime speech rolls around, and then the other ones just come out and just dog it. It's classic dog-eat-dog football.
Yes.
And it just so happened that, unfortunately, Josh Allen was on the end, the winning side of this one.
Yeah, luckily he was on it, because realistically, had Will Levis beat you, I still would have been on your neck. But I mean, I'm going to be on your neck because of the fact that it's like you let them put up 10 on you and you couldn't score.
Hey.
Until the second half, then you decided to wake up and start doing something. Like, come on now.
All right, I can't defend you no more. It is what it is,
But
I don't even want to give you a pat on the back, but hey, dub's a dub. Congratulations.
But moving along to a game that really, really just pissed me off.
Okay.
To my core.
Not to the core.
Yes, because this should have been a one-sided affair. This should have been a give me game for the team that it went one. So this was between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Cleveland Browns. Battle of the Ohio teams, where the final score was 21-14.
Ooh.
And mind you, Deshaun Watson went down with an Achilles tear in the first quarter. Is out for the season. You were only able to put up 21 points against a team that was led by Dorian Thompson-Robinson.
Hey, Dorian Thompson-Robinson is actually fairly decent. I feel like he could be their replacement. He could be their guy. However, I'm strictly spinning this as OH. Oh no, Joe Burrow gotta go.
Facts, because it's like there was no reason that y'all couldn't score on this team, because Deshaun Watson pretty much checked out of the season. He has not been trying at all, but he definitely checked out of the season when when his Achilles just decided, hey, I give up. And
this is my stop. Bye, guys.
Yeah. Speaking of which, did you see that clip of his Achilles tear?
I didn't want to.
Oh,
I didn't want.
Mind you, this was a non-contact injury. All he was doing was dropping back. His Achilles literally just said, "Blah, done." Yeah. This was a non-contact injury. He literally stepped back, took his steps, was getting ready to throw, and then you watched his Achilles just.
All right. Well, that leads me into my next point. Automatically.
Okay, what's that?
Cleveland. This Cleveland Browns. Evan Stefanski. I don't even know who their GM is. Regardless, I'm on your neck. This entire organization.
Mm-hmm.
Because now, guess what? It's another season without their prized possession at quarterback.
Yep. All that guaranteed money gone.
Right down the drain.
Mm-hmm.
Hate it for you.
Mm-hmm.
You got fleeced, bamboozled,
hoodwinked,
freaking hoodwinked, robbed. Just, you got done in. Now you have no choice but to go the rest of the season with Dorian Thompson-Robinson.
Mm-hmm. Or whoever they get out of free agency, if they get somebody out of free agency.
Trade deadline's this coming week.
True.
They're not going to trade for anybody.
No.
Unless they literally have to rip that in the next week.
Yeah.
And realistically, if the Browns do that to Dorian Thompson-Robinson, it's just going to prove that the Browns are not a quarterback team.
No, they've never been. They've never been.
Yeah, going into that, we know that. Those that watch know that. But I'm just saying, if the shoe fits, wear it. But I'm still turning my attention to the Cincinnati Bengals.
Mm-hmm.
Joseph Burrow.
Mm-hmm.
I'm using your government, sir. You no longer, and I mean no longer, from this day forward, will get any excuse from me. Because granted, the Browns have a solid defense.
Yes.
Myles Garrett and the boys are still holding it down. But you literally realize you almost lost to, what, second-year quarterback that hasn't really played like that?
Yeah, and mind you, he was making a comeback because there was a point in time. It was 14-0, and then they scored. The first touchdown that was scored was by Dorian. Both touchdowns were scored by Dorian Thompson-Robinson.
Wow, that makes it even worse. Joe Burrow, I don't know what happened from that Super Bowl season, but if you're going to continue to play like this, I can't keep bailing you.
Mm-mm.
And the rest of the world shouldn't be bailing you.
Nope.
I don't know why they are, but
yeah, experts and analysts are going to continue bailing you because they're going to be like, oh, well, look at his stats. His stats are so meow, 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 meow. But last I checked, the number one thing that everybody loves to say is wins matter. And it's like, even though, what?
Nothing. Go ahead. I was listening.
Oh, but either way, freaking wins matter. And it's like, yeah, you got this win.
Yeah.
But you barely won this. You won it off of a last minute freaking touchdown because it was tied. Dorian was coming back on you. You almost let a second-year guy make a comeback on you.
Tragic.
And that's what frustrates me. Because it's like you're supposed to be this elite quarterback, this top 5, top 10 quarterback going against a guy that's barely got any playing time. And the dude that barely got any playing time almost had a comeback on you.
You know, that riding that hype of that 2019 freaking LSU team, boy, you sure ain't showing it. And realistically, for that offense to be as high powered as it is,
and only put up 21.
And only put up 21 points. You got the Commanders and other teams like, I don't know, the Commanders, the freaking Lions and Vikings, like these teams that we're not expecting to put up points. Hell, the Cardinals did it last week where they put up, or week before last, at some point, the Cardinals put up 40. And you're telling me at best you can put up 21?
Against a team who lost their starting quarterback.
Almost immediately.
Literally.
You were basically, just another reason why I can't bail Joe Burrow out. He was handed this win.
Literally.
On a silver platter.
Literally.
Or sorry, an Achilles platter. All right. You know, like you did just enough. I get game managers are a thing, but for somebody of your stature and your caliber, because I don't want to say Joe Burrow's bad.
No,
I really don't.
He's not bad.
But
he ain't
for
as
somebody
good as
to, for you're not as good as advertised. Mm-hmm. It's not as seen on TV because what we're seeing ain't great right now.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
DTR, keep it up. Joe Burrow,
step it up. You know, just saying. But either way, moving along to a Dolphins-Colts game where the Colts came out with a close victory, 16-10.
Did you expect anything different, though?
Unfortunately.
This is still a Tua-less Dolphins team.
Yep.
This is, granted, because I know Tyler Huntley's at the helm right now.
Yep.
Not saying Tyler Huntley's bad, but we saw him goof in the playoffs. We saw his trials and tribulations since Baltimore.
Yep.
We're not here to say the guy's the best thing since sliced bread.
No.
We know he's not.
No.
Is he capable? Yes. Is he starting caliber? Still yet to be seen, obviously. Mm-hmm. He's getting another opportunity in Miami.
Mm-hmm.
But, and the Colts are still without Anthony Robinson.
Yep.
So it's like, this was just a throwaway game for both of them.
Yep.
Realistically.
Yep.
It's like, we want to see both these guys get healthy. We want to see Tua come back, even though, personally, I feel like he shouldn't. I feel like he should hang it up. You've had 3 major concussions in 2 years. Like, you're almost at Andrew Luck level, which ironically, they just played the Colts. So,
funny enough.
That's here and there. But I want to shout out Joe I'm Elite Flacco, because I personally had him wrote off.
Yes, he did.
When the Browns when he walked away from the Browns and was sitting on his couch at home before the Colts called him up and was like, "Hey, we need you to," he said, he hit him with the "Honey, where's my super suit?" and just came back and was like, "All right, let's fucking do this," you know?
Facts.
And congratulations, Joe. You're still finding a way to win, even though you realistically should hang it up.
Yeah.
That's all I got to say on that.
Oh, yeah. But moving on to another game where I got a lot to say.
Oh, boy.
Because this was belt to ass.
Oh.
Where the Eagles spanked the Giants 28-3. But that's exactly why I want to say something. That's exactly why I want to say something real quick.
Is this because of last week?
This is exactly because of last week. Because you're telling me you could beat the Giants 28-3.
Yeah.
But going against the Cleveland Browns last week, you barely beat them 20-16. What? How? How?
Listen.
Tell me how.
Listen, there's only one solution for this. One, Deshaun Watson was healthy. He played like dog, but he was healthy. So you're talking Deshaun Watson compared to Dorian Thompson-Robinson. Deshaun Watson compared to Daniel Jones, which we already know, unfortunately, who we're going to take in that situation is Deshaun Watson. Okay?
I guess.
Because Daniel Jones. I am still 110% convinced that Brian Dable and the boys have to have Alzheimer's or dementia.
Jeez.
You know, because there's no way that, because you got to think, it's been since last season.
Mm-hmm.
We started out blowing the Giants out 40-0.
Yes.
And yet again, second year into this 4-year, $120 million deal,
something like that,
whatever he's getting. $160 million.
Yeah, because he's making $40 million a year. Yeah.
Okay, you are proving that you quite literally pulled an Eli. At least Eli won 2 Super Bowls. Now on to Jalen Hurts. Jalen, you didn't play bad, but as he's mentioned, you couldn't do it against the Browns, but you could do it against the Giants. And realistically, the Giants defense hasn't exactly been a pushover, especially since they added Brian Burns.
Oh, no.
But I got to give it to the Eagles defense. Only holding the Giants to 3 points.
3 points.
That's impressive.
Yep.
The last time we saw 28-3, we saw what happened.
Yeah.
So, and that's another reason why Daniel Jones. This is another reason why I say you could never. You could never. Because at least the last time a team was down 28-3, they had a man called Tom Brady. And you'll never beat him.
Never.
Hang it up.
I still blame it on them ugly ass uniforms.
Yeah.
I ain't even gonna lie.
Yo.
I blame it on them uniforms.
Yo.
Them uniforms.
Them stupid freaking fruit roll up ass looking uniforms.
Facts.
Yes.
Trash.
Absolutely abysmal. Daniel, you suck. You suck. I can't stand you. You piss me off.
Moving along before this man has an aneurysm.
Ah!
We have the Raiders versus the Rams, where the Rams snuck away with a 20-15 victory.
Ugh, that was an ugly one.
Ugly one. Very ugly one.
Now, what happened with the Raiders is I still don't understand why they went with Aiden O'Connell.
Right.
I get Gardner Minshew's been a journeyman at this point. The years of Minshew mania are done and gone.
Long gone.
Unfortunately. R.I.P. to Minshew mania. I loved Minshew mania. It was great. Okay? I was hoping to see a comeback in Philly with Minshew mania, but we didn't get it. When he went to Las Vegas, I was like, okay, Minshew mania 2.2 types. We're gonna get a resurgence from Minshew. But no, Aiden O'Connell gets the starting job, a man that we had never heard of before.
Nope.
Literally,
didn't get much time
no
last
draft
season.
hype, no playing time, no nothing.
Nope.
And it's like they expect you to come in and be Captain Save a franchise, and it's like, what happened? You got injured. And guess who is taking the helm now? Gardner Minshew.
Yes, sir.
I want to see Minshew. I need something. I can't keep bailing you out if I don't see something. I hyped you up against the Ravens. I need to see more of that mojo, man. I know you got it. The mustache is there, dude. Harness the mustache powers. All right, do something.
This is a fool.
As for Matthew Stafford, you're still dealing with the injury bug with Puka Nacua being out and Cooper Kupp being out.
Mm-hmm.
But you had Tutu Atwell that was a dog against the Niners.
Yes.
You got freaking, oh God, I can't remember the Rams running back's name. But you still have a high-powered offense behind you. Use it to your strengths. You literally played with Megatron.
Yep.
You can do this.
Yep.
You were about that life.
Yep.
Show them the gangster we saw in Detroit.
Facts.
All right.
But moving along, because I really ain't got nothing to say.
I ain't got
about
nothing on that either other than that.
But I do got a lot to say about this next game.
Oh, boy.
Where the Washington Commanders absolutely destroy the Carolina Panthers. 40-7.
That boy Jaden Daniels getting it done.
No. That's the beauty of it. Jaden Daniels wasn't the one that led this 40-7 victory.
So then who did they have?
It's a man we ain't heard his name in a hot minute. A former Oregon Ducks alumni. That boy, Marcus Mariota. Because
Mariota.
This man went ballistic. Marcus Mariota in this game completed 18 of 23 for 205 yards, 2 touchdowns, as well as rushed 11 times for 34 yards to help get this dub.
All right. That brings a whole new realm of things into question here. All right. One, Jaden Daniels, get better. Because I've been, as much as it pains me as a Cowboys fan, I've been hyping him up all season. Granted, he can say he had a perfect game.
Yeah.
2 for 2 for 6 yards. That's
Yeah.
It's not the prettiest.
I mean, he got injured. It is what it is.
What it is. Hopefully he makes a speedy recovery and comes back. But I need to get into Marcus Mariota. Because you lost your job in Tennessee to Ryan Tannehill.
Unfortunately, which was dumb.
Stupid. Absolutely stupid. You go to freaking Las Vegas.
Mm-hmm.
You don't do too hot there.
No.
Okay. Derek Carr was still there.
Yeah.
Can't really blame him. You go to Philly. Unfortunately, Jalen Hurts dogged you out of a job.
It is what it is.
You then lose your job to a rookie.
Yeah.
In very convincing fashion at that.
Yep.
But then turn around, you have a game like you had this last week, sir?
Mm-hmm.
What is going on, man?
Hey, all I got to say is that's 2 Oregon Ducks alumni that put belt to ass this week. Just saying. Just saying.
Fair. Touche.
Just saying.
I won't harp on.
Just saying.
I won't harp on Mariota too much, but you got it done. Congratulations. There's Whale Poo. There's the Browns. There's the Cardinals. Then there's the Panthers.
Facts. The Panthers are just absolute. But another thing that I want to put out there about this game before we move on. Obviously, Marcus Mariota led that.
Yes.
I don't understand why freaking the Panthers continue to try and give Bryce Young any kind of freaking chances.
Not at all.
Because they threw Bryce Young back out there. He completed 2 of 2. No different than freaking Jaden Daniels did. But at least Jaden Daniels had positive yardage.
Bro.
Because Bryce Young, on his 2 passes that he completed, had -4 yards. Just saying. Just saying.
Hey, brother.
Oh, yeah. And I want to give props real quick to the Commanders defense, because there's a man that went off in this game, and we haven't heard his name in years.
And who might that be?
That boy, Dante Fowler Jr. Yes, that's a name we ain't heard in a minute.
A very long time.
Since he was with the Falcons. And this man proceeded to go off. He not only had a sack in this game,
okay,
but he also picked off Andy Dalton in this game.
So he was just all over the place.
Oh, yeah, he was everywhere on this team. He was not playing no games. He was not pulling no punches. Not only that, but alongside a person that also had a sack in that game was a former Panthers player in Frankie Louvu.
Not a revenge game.
Oh, yeah. Frankie Louvu looked his former team in the eyes and said, "Hold this." I love how we said that together.
We did that. We legitimately did that together just because I knew what was coming. Oh, God. All right. So, with that being said, Mariota, you did your thing. Congratulations. You proved that you can still be a starting caliber quarterback.
Oh, yeah.
But it's one game, so I'm not going to hype you up too much. Okay. 2, Carolina. Yeah, this is another. I'm coming after the whole organization. I get it. You want to instill confidence back in Bryce Young.
It's not working. It's not. Sorry.
I know it's not working, but that's my point. Is if the guy can't get it together, he was a number 1 overall pick. Numero uno. Juan. That's it. Couldn't even pass for a single yard this game.
None. No positive yardage at all.
At that point, it's only 2 passes. Mm-hmm. So y'all just immediately gave up on him.
Oh, yeah.
Like, granted, I get he gave up on himself, but y'all gave up on him too.
Mm-hmm.
How can you expect to grow your franchise guy, yet 2 passes for -4 yards?
Yep.
When have we ever, genuinely asking here, when have we ever seen a quarterback have a perfect completion percentage
and negative
yardage?
Probably never.
Yeah,
probably never.
So, Bryce Young, this goes out to you. Just know you were the only quarterback to ever hold that record, and I hope you keep that record.
Oh, yeah. But it's funny because realistically, the defense went crazy because they held the freaking, like, passing wise in general, they did not throw for over 100 yards. Yeah, because Andy Dalton himself completed 11 of 16 for 93 yards and 2 interceptions. Oh, yeah. I just want to throw that in there. Yeah. The Commanders defense wrecked y'all so bad.
I don't even have Chase Young anymore.
Yeah. Yeah. Wrecked you.
I'm just saying. The Panthers, at this rate, honestly, since freaking 2015, I think it was, no, when was the Panthers Broncos Super Bowl?
I believe 2015. No, 2016.
2016. Either way, since Von Miller made Cam his daddy, like, what have y'all been doing? That whole organization has been on the decline since.
Mm-hmm.
And you got all this hype because you drafted Bryce Young, number 1 overall. But C.J. Stroud, who was said to be lesser than him, is having far more success.
Going off.
Y'all are turning into the new Browns.
Turning? They are the new Browns at this point.
So y'all need to just. Nah, I
wouldn't say that because the Browns are back to being the Browns.
The Browns are browning right now. All right.
Right. So moving along to a Super Bowl rematch between the Kansas City Chiefs and the San Francisco 49ers, where unfortunately the Kansas City Chiefs continue their undefeated streak by beating the 49ers 28-18. Now,
God, do you not understand how much this game pissed the both of us off?
Oh, yeah. Oh yeah, pissed me off to the core because there was one situation in particular that royally pissed me off. And I'm pretty sure that at this point, those of us who are football fans have seen the video where obviously the 49ers had the ball. They called a play. Trent Williams did his job of blocking somebody. He was on the ground, face down on the ground, after blocking somebody, wrestling them to the ground type stuff. He's trying to get up after the play is done and over with. One of the Chiefs players decides to come along, mop him on the side of the head as he's getting up, right? And you would think that with the ref seeing it, they would throw the fat flag, call the penalty on the Chiefs player. Did they do that? No, they didn't. What did they do? They waited for Trent Williams to stand up, obviously mush the dude in the face, rightfully so, because you just sucker punched me for no reason. And they not only threw the penalty flag on Trent Williams, but they ejected Trent Williams out of the game.
That was the part that got me. Because, first of all, I'm pretty sure it was a rookie that did it. I don't remember the dude's name that played for the Chiefs. But, first of all, everybody in the league knows you don't quit Trent Williams.
Yeah.
Because the last man that's with him and popped off at the mouth, i.e. Richard Sherman, realized what it's like when you try Trent Williams.
Oh, yeah.
And he tried him, got sucker punched. Well, guess what? You sucker punch Trent Williams. Trent Williams is about that life.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody knows. Mm-hmm. Don't fuck with Trent Williams.
Yep.
And what you do? You poke the sleeping bear, dog.
Oh yeah.
And when he only did it in self-defense, technically, because like
not only that, but the only reason why the dude did it is because he knew he would get away with it. Because at this point in time, the NFL is not even trying to hide the fact that they're letting the Chiefs do whatever they want.
Freaking facts, bro. Because I'm not with this. This aggravates me to my core. Because even though. Okay. The Chiefs are solid.
Mm-hmm.
They don't have a bad roster.
Mm-hmm.
There are a lot of times that they should have lost games this season.
Mm-hmm.
Your game, the Ravens-Chiefs game, the Bengals-Chiefs game. They realistically, even though the score's a little bit different, they should have lost this game because the amount of penalties and crap that were going on. But no, what does the NFL decide to do? Bail them out. And before any of you go and say it, because I know it's going to happen, all you keyboard warriors out there are going to be like, oh, well, y'all are just mad because the Chiefs are freaking undefeated and they're doing good. It's like, no. Have you not been watching the NFL? Have you not been seeing the week in and week out bush that the NFL is coming with?
Oh, yeah. Because it'd be one thing if they were undefeated and they were doing no different than freaking the Minnesota Vikings when they were undefeated. They were getting it out of the mud. Every victory that they got, it was earned one way or another. Whether it was they blew the team out or they went to war, no different than they did against the Detroit Lions. And unfortunately, the Detroit Lions won that one to end their undefeated streak. But it's like, it'd be one thing if they were undefeated in the same manner that the Minnesota Vikings were, where they went out fighting constantly.
Yeah.
But every single victory, every single game that is under that undefeated streak has been literally riddled with penalties. The refs are giving the Chiefs these wins. The Chiefs are not getting these wins.
All right. To move it along, because we could sit here and rant about the Chiefs all daggone day long. You suck.
Yeah, your day's coming.
I hope you get a taste of your own medicine very, very soon.
Oh yeah, it's coming. Patrick Mahomes, your day is coming. Because even though the freaking NFL is trying to pass you off as the football messiah, the second coming of Tom Brady, and all this other stuff, you're not. You'll never be.
Bro, it pisses me off.
It does. You'll never be Tom Brady, but I know the NFL is going to force you to be Tom Brady, if not better, which is stupid because that just goes to show how much they really cared about Tom Brady, that they're going to force feed some prototypical freaking quarterback to be his predecessor.
Yeah,
Because, no. Either way.
Can't do it. Either way, Brock Purdy. Now, I will say, one thing I will say about the Niners is Brock Purdy played like shit.
Oh, yeah, he did. He had a rough outing.
He played like shit.
It
isn't just the Chiefs getting bailed out. It's, hey, this week actually was a shit week for the Niners. So, either way, we've said our pieces.
Yeah. Moving along to a Jets-Steelers game where the Jets and Aaron Rodgers took yet another L, but this one was worse. 37-15.
All right. Keenai Tony has left the chat now. Because I got some things to address here. This is the second week. Not one, but two. Two. Count. Two. Second week without Robert Saleh. And everybody said that Robert Saleh was the problem. Even I said Robert Saleh was the problem at one point. Especially with a 20 and 37 record. Mm-hmm. Okay? I said Robert Saleh was the problem. But at this point,
it's you, Aaron.
Aaron, you're definitely going to Oshak Hennessy's office now.
Facts, because you can't blame somebody that's not there anymore, because y'all all that whole organization said it was Robert Saleh's fault that y'all aren't winning, but yet Robert Saleh has been gone for 2 weeks now, and y'all just got dog walked by the Steelers, who mind you, they didn't start Justin Fields this week. They let Russell Wilson play. This was a Russell Wilson-led freaking Steelers team that got injured in week 1. He hasn't played this entire time.
God.
So you got dog walked by a man that just came back from injury.
This pisses me off even more. Because you do also realize that the Jets, this comes the same week the Jets picked up Devontae Adams.
Oh, yeah, that's another thing.
So the Jets are bringing in all these former running mates of Aaron Rodgers, but you can't do it.
Yeah, still losing.
So are we really to say that Aaron was the problem in Green Bay, too? Yeah. Granted, they got a Super Bowl with Aaron, but are we to say that Aaron was the problem in Green Bay?
Yeah.
Which is why he practically ran Green Bay while he was there?
Yeah.
Now you're doing it to the Jets?
I personally feel like that's the problem, is that the teams, the organizations that you played for, are giving Aaron Rodgers too much authority. They're not only letting Aaron Rodgers be their quarterback, but he's pretty much their head coach, their offensive coordinator, their freaking GM, their owner. He's pretty much everything. Whatever he wants, he gets. And that's the problem.
Pretty much. He's riding the high of all his success.
Yeah, because when he won that Super Bowl, because the thing about it is, the year that they won that Super Bowl, him and Mike McCarthy won that Super Bowl, Aaron Rodgers didn't have that much authority. That's what I'm going to call it. He didn't have that much authority. But as soon as he won that Super Bowl, they gave him everything. Yeah, they gave him everything. And since that, the Packers haven't been to Super Bowl since.
Four straight MVPs after that.
I mean, yeah, but MVPs compared to Super Bowl rings. Come on now. Which would you want more? MVPs are nice, but a Super Bowl ring is better.
I definitely want the 4 rings back to back. Could you imagine a 5-for-5 peak of rings?
That'd be crazy.
That would be absolutely wild. Yeah. But we're not shying away from the fact that, honestly, I believe that Aaron Rodgers is the problem.
He is.
And the sad part of it is the Jets are my dark horse.
Hey.
And that's why I'm leaving the chat.
All right.
Mike Tomlin, listen. I didn't mean all that, okay? I didn't mean that. I just want to make it publicly known that I didn't mean any of that, all right?
He meant it. He meant every word of it. Every last bit of it.
Listen, Mike. Mike, you're doing a fantastic job, buddy. Keep it up.
Yeah, he's finding a way to win. No matter what.
I genuinely, the one thing I will give Mike Tomlin is this dude has never had a losing season, so he's finding ways to figure it out. Something's got to be working.
Yeah, they are. They are. And I got to give
That's the only credit I can give him, is they've never had a losing season, so they're doing something right.
Yeah, they are. But Hey, it is what it is. You can't continue this win streak much longer. Yeah, it's gonna happen because at some point somebody's got to. Well, technically we have the number one spot still, but obviously all it takes is us losing one for you to take it. So I'm gonna need you to.
Yeah.
Somebody's got to give here, and I would much rather it be the Steelers than my Ravens. You know what I'm saying?
True. True.
So either way, moving along to the Chargers and the Cardinals, where the Cardinals squeaked away with a 17-15 win.
This pisses me off. And you know why this pisses me off.
Because you're the biggest Kyler Murray hater.
Because Kyler Murray, listen. Listen. You were so wish-washy, so back and forth. You just, oh God, Lord, listen. I'm going to need you to figure it out, Kyler. Because how can you go from putting up 41 week to barely winning the next to, oh, I'm going to lose a game in very disappointing fashion to, oh, well, I forgot how to play football. You, Kyler. You're a toddler that probably still drives with a booster seat. Okay? You are the detriment of the Arizona Cardinals. It was not Cliff Kingsbury. Because he's left, and he's having great success. But you, my boy, you, barely. Kyler Murray, are barely, and I mean, barely having any success, and it pisses me off. So for that, fuck you, Kyler Murray. Moving on. I got nothing else to say about that.
I mean, the only thing that upsets me is it would have been nice to see Justin Herbert win, just to have the three-peat on Oregon Ducks alumni winning, but you, unfortunately, you fumbled the bag there. You fumbled the bag.
He quacked it up.
Yeah, unfortunately,
unfortunately,
you could have made your boy happy, by being the third Oregon Duck alumni quarterback to win a game. But hey, it is what it is. You win some, you lose some.
Every dog has his day.
Yeah, that's all I got to say about that. We ain't getting into it. But moving along to the final game, and one that was an amazing game. I watched every last minute of it and loved every minute of it. Between my Baltimore Ravens and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, where this game went crazy. My boys pulled the win out, 41-31.
Which, that game was a lot closer than it should have been.
It was.
Because I didn't watch the whole game, but I watched bits and pieces. The Bucs had a 10-0 lead yet again.
Yep.
Because this week, for some reason, was just dogfights, to where guys jumped out 10-0, 10-0, 10-0, 10-0. And then as soon as the Bucs let up the lead, it was all gas. It was all gas, no brakes for the Ravens from there on out.
Oh, yeah.
And speaking of being on people's necks, Baker, 31 of 45, first of all. In the words, and I'm going to shout the man out, in the words of Chiseled Adonis here,
ooh,
Baker was cooking up apple turnovers because, granted, you threw 3 touchdowns.
Mm-hmm.
Not bad.
Not bad at all.
You threw 2 interceptions.
Yep. To the same dude. That boy Marlon Humphrey was going crazy.
Boy Marlo just said some, give me that. Oh, hey, there's another one. Give me that.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
same
yes.
fan.
Oh, yes. And it made me even happier because I want to give credit to my boy Lamar. Everybody's been saying Lamar's not a quarterback. All he knows how to do is run the ball. Blah, 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 blah. But let me tell y'all something, you hating ass motherfuckers. My boy Lamar not only completed 77% of his passes, going 17 of 22, but he threw for 281 yards and not 1, not 2, not 3 or 4, nah, 5 touchdowns, not a single interception. So any one of y'all that wants to jump on him saying he can't do it as a quarterback, he can't throw the ball, I don't want to hear it no more.
He had a hell of a lot of help from one couple guys in particular that I want to shout out. Now, those of you that know that I'm not a Ravens fan, but Game recognizes game, all right? Let me just go down the list here. Rashad Bateman, 4 for 121 and a touchdown.
Yup.
That boy Mandrews had like 5 for 40-something and a touchdown. Freaking, even Justice Hill was getting nasty in the screen game. Zay Flowers, dog. Even Derrick Henry. King Henry.
Oh, Derrick Henry went stupid.
King Henry went stupid.
He went crazy.
He didn't go stupid. He went stupid. Okay? He went so stupid that he had 15 carries for 169 yards. Granted, he didn't make no house calls. The phone was disconnected this week.
Unfortunately.
He ain't make no house calls. But 15 for 169, that is insanity.
Oh, yeah.
Absolute insanity.
He's on track. As long as he gets over 100 yards freaking next week, he'll be over 1,000 yards rushing this season.
Halfway through the season. Are we talking we see another 2,000-yard season out of Derrick Henry?
If he keeps doing what he's doing, yeah. If he keeps doing what he's doing.
Which brings me to an even better person with the Ravens to round out this list of just absolute dogs this week. That boy Roquan.
Oh, yeah, Roquan was going crazy.
Roquan went stupid with 18 total tackles. 11 of them which were solo. Okay, he didn't have any TFLs, but he put up a forced fumble. And he had a very controversial moment in this game involving him, which is another thing I want to talk about with Roquan. The NFL is reviewing the injury to Chris Godwin caused by Roquan, the NFL is claiming that he used the hip drop tackle method, which is what injured Chris Godwin. So if that happens, that is a very massive fine and a severe punishment that comes with that. Because as all of us know, that has been banned by the NFL.
Yeah. So that hopefully they don't say that it is, because that would be stupid, because that's a huge piece of our defense that we're going to lose if they do say that, oh yeah, that was a hip drop tackle. But at the same time, with the way that, our defense has been playing, I feel like if Roquan did get taken away from us temporarily, Trenton Simpson and the boys would still be fine.
You're gonna miss a beat with Roquan.
Oh yeah, I'm not saying we're not gonna that it's not gonna show that we're missing Roquan, but I don't think that it'll affect us winning games, though.
Oh no, definitely not. Like, you guys might drop 1 or 2 here and there, but I realistically don't see y'all having just a climactic end to your season to where it's like, oh, we're going over a cliff now, bye.
Oh yeah. And one thing that I do want to bring up real quick is that Buccaneers O-line. That O-line has been pretty solid, keeping Baker upright and avoiding sacks for the most part. But not in this game.
But
they gave up 3 to 3 different people. Kyle Van Noy, that boy Odafe Owe, and that boy, mind you, a safety, Ardarius Washington. I'm going to put that out there. I'm going to leave that right there where it lies.
And that's the thing, because that boy Odafe and Nnamdi, man, they're fucking getting at it.
Oh, yeah, going stupid.
They're getting at it. And for that Bucks line to be able to have held like they did for as long as they did. Now, that Kyle Van Noy one, that Kyle Van Noy just bullied his way. He got that one. He earned that one.
Oh, yeah.
But those boys, Odafe and Nnamdi, man, they're getting after it, and you can see it that they're hungry for it.
Oh, yeah. I know I've said it before in the past, but I feel like this Ravens team that we have together right now with Derrick Henry and all of them, and the defense the way that it is and everything like that, having Todd Monken calling plays the way that he is and all that other stuff, I feel like this is the team that is going to get us over that hump. To finally make it to, because we were this close last season.
Yep.
This freaking close. 1 game away. The conference championship. We just had to win that, and we were in. But unfortunately, the Kansas City Chiefs took that from us. But I feel like the addition of Derrick Henry and the boys That's going to be what we need to get over that hump and get to the Super Bowl. And whoever we play against in the Super Bowl, if we make it to the Super Bowl, they're going to have a problem. They're going to have a difficult time playing that game.
I personally feel like with you guys picking up Derrick Henry, right? Derrick Henry's getting up there. He's hit his 30s.
Yeah.
This is, as much as I hate to say it, this is y'all's championship window.
Oh, yeah.
Y'all got 1 to 2 years to figure it out. And if you don't, I feel like that door is going to get closed shut. You got to think Lamar's coming up on his seventh season?
Mm-hmm.
Like, these guys aren't built to last forever, you know?
Yeah.
I feel like this is it. This is the final straw for y'all.
Yeah.
And before you guys start saying it, oh, he's a Cowboys fan. He doesn't know what he's talking about. It's like, no, I do know. Because we had our window too, and we screwed the pooch, all right? So before y'all start hating, oh, keyboard warrior this, keyboard warrior that, it's like, listen, I have faith in the Ravens. Hell, the Ravens were the first team I went and actually watched play an actual game. So I think I kind of know just a smidgen of something here, okay? I personally feel like this is it for y'all.
Probably.
This is it. These next 1 to 2 seasons are going to prove whether or not y'all are about that life.
Yeah, I agree. I definitely agree. But before we move along, I just want to push this question because obviously I was watching the facility that had James Jones, Shady McCoy and all of them. They were talking about Lamar.
As everybody does.
As everybody does. And they were saying that this is the best version of Lamar that they've seen. Which is true.
Statistic-wise, yes.
Statistic-wise, yes. Because speaking of statistics, based on these statistics, he's on pace to win back-to-back MVPs again. Because as it sits right now, 7 weeks into the season, about to hit the halfway point, this man has completed 135 of 198 attempts, which is a 68.2 completion percentage. For 1,810 yards, 15 touchdowns, only 2 interceptions.
That's a hell of a fucking stat line, especially halfway into the season. Like, I feel like he could have a few more yards, But regardless, the fact that you're almost at 2,000, that's got you on pace for what? 3,600 yards, almost 4,000 yards.
Almost 4,000 yards. Yep. But that's not including his rushing because. Granted, he's down quite a bit because Derrick Henry, which I'm glad we've been doing, but Derrick Henry has been taking the workload.
Yeah.
But he has 73 carries for 455 yards and 2 more touchdowns across 7 games to this point.
17 total touchdowns already,
and only 2 interceptions right now.
That's insanity. So, I guess the question begs is, are we still saying that Lamar isn't a quarterback anymore?
Oh no, that's been squashed because the thing about it is, and I looked this up before we recorded, there's only one person that has more touchdowns than him. And that's Baker Mayfield. He's the only person that has more touchdowns. Everybody else either has the same amount or less.
Sure.
But the thing about Baker Mayfield is
he has a lot more.
He has a lot more interceptions. Because Baker has 8 interceptions to this point compared to Lamar's only 2. Lamar's doing better than freaking Patrick Mahomes, who across freaking 7 games to this point, yes, he has a good amount of touchdowns because he's sitting at, I think, 9 or 10 touchdowns in 7 games. But he has 6 interceptions. And this is the man... Mind you, this is the man that everybody compares the rest of the NFL to.
Which I don't see how. I feel like the only reason he's getting that is because of those Super Bowls, dude. That's it.
That's it. But here's the thing about it is, at what point do we stop saying that a Josh Allen and a Joe Burrow is the second best quarterback in the league and start giving Lamar the respect that he deserves?
I don't think it's ever going to happen, honestly. Until Lamar gets over that hump and wins a Super Bowl, I don't think it's going to happen.
It probably isn't, but at the same time, he's still proving everybody wrong.
Facts. He just
and keep doing it, my boy. Keep doing it.
Putting it out there, putting it on.
But to get into the final results of our selections.
No, I don't want it.
It was a tie between myself and our manager, sitting at 9-6 for prediction records. Unfortunately,
nope, I'm leaving.
Your boy Tony here had a god-awful season, or a god-awful prediction guess this week, going 5-10.
Listen.
So you know what that means, my boy.
Listen.
When we record our improv comedy episode, your boy Tony Tone here has to do the Bean Boozled challenge the entire time, where at the end, when we're about to finish up, he has to take an entire scoop, an entire handful, and pop it in his mouth. So if y'all want to go see that, tune in to that episode, as well as follow us on TikTok to see that, because it's going to be on TikTok and here on YouTube. So go ahead and do that. You know what to do. But moving along to our predictions for next week, where next week's punishment, it's not too bad, but it sucks.
It's going to suck.
It's going to suck. Whoever loses has to get sprayed with ice cold water from the water hose outside. And mind you, we're getting into wintertime. The temperature's going down. So
it's cold.
It's gonna get interesting.
It's gonna get cold.
But moving into these predictions, starting off with the Vikings versus Rams, where unanimously everybody voted Vikings to win that.
Because Vanilla Vic's gonna make a comeback.
He's got to. You're going against a weak Rams team. I mean, if there was any time to have a bounce back game, this is it.
It'd be the Rams, yeah.
Yep. But moving along to my Baltimore Ravens versus the Cleveland Browns, where yet again, unanimously, everybody is in favor of my Ravens, which obviously rightfully so. They lost Deshaun Watson.
Browns.
Yeah, it's the Browns. They lost Deshaun Watson. And realistically, if Dorian Thompson-Robinson ends up beating us, come on now. Like, what are we doing?
How mad would you be if that actually happened?
I would be pissed, to be quite honest. I would be pissed. But I have faith in my boys. I have faith in that defense. I have faith in Lamar. I have faith in everybody. So I ain't even stressing it too much. Moving along to a Colts versus Texans game, where yet again everybody unanimously is in favor of the Texans.
Yeah, because I don't think Joe Flacco's got what it takes to stand up bang with C.J. Stroud.
I don't see it. That Texans defense is just way too good. I mean, granted they lost.
Texans offense: C.J. Stroud, Stephon Diggs, Tank Dell, Nico Collins. Need I continue?
Yep, you're right. And it's like even though technically the Texans took an L this week.
It's a bounce back.
It's a bounce back game. That's what it is. It's a bounce back game. You know what I'm saying? So we got the Texans getting a bounce back. Then we got the Packers versus the Jags, where again, unanimously for the fourth time in a row, everybody's in favor of the Packers.
Because Trevor Lawrence isn't it. Screw the Jags. Yay.
Yeah.
Jordan Love. Don't let us down.
I mean, it's a home game for the Jags, and Trevor Lawrence's record at home isn't the greatest. So,
no.
Just saying. Good luck. Anyways, moving along to Titans versus the Detroit Lions, where for the fifth time in a row, unanimously, everybody is voting Lions.
Because kneecaps are going to get eaten.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Will Levis, you don't stand a chance, my boy. I'm sorry. I'm not even going to explain nothing. We all know.
I'd be more pissed if Will Levis beats the freaking Lions.
I would be.
Than if Dorian Thompson-Robinson beats you guys.
Yeah, for sure.
Honestly.
Because you ain't it, Will. You are not it.
You're playing like you got no kneecaps already, so what are you losing?
Facts. But going on to a Cardinals versus Dolphins game, where we unanimously,
for the sixth time in a row,
voted in favor of the Dolphins, but our manager is in favor of the Cardinals. So
listen, there's only one reason and one reason only why at least the both of us feel the need to go with the Dolphins. Because for those of you that may or may not have heard, that boy Tua is supposed to be back this week.
Yes, he is.
He's supposedly back
see.
this week.
Yeah.
And we know what that Dolphins offense is capable of with Tua.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. It's going to get disrespectful with Tua.
We've seen what happens without him. We've seen what happens with him.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm willing to take the latter because we wrote off Tua a couple years ago.
We
but
did.
Tua's turned that team around.
Oh, yeah. He definitely has. I will give him that.
Now, he's also been turned around his damn self with 3 concussions in the last 2 years. But if he's cleared to play, he's cleared to play. That's his decision, you know. So we went with the Dolphins. Also, y'all already know my personal reason as to why. Because Kyler Murray, I'm going to do what I want. I want the Dolphins to win.
So moving on to a division game between the New England Patriots and the New York Jets. Where
this is going to be a bittersweet one for me because of Drake May. I want to see Drake May succeed. But I don't want to see you succeed against my Jets because the Jets are my dark horse. But at this point, I might as well write them off because they're 2-7 or 2 no.
They're 2 and they're right now they're
2 and 5.
2 and 5, yeah.
2 and 5. Sorry, got ahead of myself. Either way, 2 and 6, 2 and 7, 2 and freaking 15. It doesn't matter. I don't think they're gonna do that. They've let me down so far, so might as well put my faith in Drake May. Why not? Like neither one of them are really going anywhere this year, unfortunately, unless Drake May just happens to dog it out for the rest of the season and turns that team around.
Oh yeah, and obviously, as he said, we again voted in favor of the Patriots to win that because obviously, realistically, the way I look at it is if you win against the Patriots, if Aaron Rodgers and the boys win against the Patriots, it just further proves that freaking Aaron Rodgers. Well, not only that you can do it, but it also just further proves that Aaron Rodgers is the problem because it's like you're going against a rookie quarterback with barely any experience. And if you get the dub against a rookie, it doesn't really prove that you're good. It just proves that you're washed at this point, in my opinion. Like win or lose, it sucks for you, Aaron. Like there's no other way to put it.
But it sucks having to sit here and dog Aaron Rodgers like this because we did grow up watching Aaron Rodgers. We know what Aaron Rodgers is capable of.
Yep. But we also know that he's washed. Like we got to call a spade here. Like, yes, you won 4 MVPs and everything like that. But at the same time, it's like when those MVPs ain't turning into anything, like you're not getting past the divisional round.
True.
Like,
it's like,
you know,
at some point, when do you just hang it up?
Right.
Especially after him going, not to throw shade, but after he went on that darkness retreat or whatever he went on, he come back and was so hyped up and, Aaron Rodgers is going to be the next greatest thing for the Jets and
nothing.
Yeah,
you're sitting at 2 and 5 right now, and you can't say, I took over a bad team because you've been the starter since day one. Yeah. All the wins are you. All the losses are you.
There's nothing left for us to. We can't. No different than Joe Burrow. We can't bail you out, bro.
Yep.
We can't. It's impossible.
That's just how it goes. But moving along to a divisional round rematch.
Ooh.
Between the Atlanta Falcons and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, where last time the Falcons got an overtime comeback victory.
That was that 509-yard game from Kirko 2 Chainz.
Oh, yeah. And obviously, we were split on this game. This was the first game that we were split on, where I went with my dark horse, the Atlanta Falcons, because obviously they got that comeback victory last time. Why not this time?
I don't think – see, that's where my problem lies. After the Bucs came off of a very disheartening loss to y'all this week, bounce back city, baby.
I see it happening.
Coming.
I don't see. We'll see. But moving along to a very interesting game between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Cincinnati Bengals, where this could be a dogfight or it could be a complete crapshoot, depending on what version of these teams show up. Because these teams have been wish-washy, flip-floppy, whatever you want to say, all season long.
And it's sad to say that about these teams because it's like, yes, as a Cowboys fan, I can't stand the Eagles. Nick Sirianni, yeah, I'm going to leave that one alone. I got some choice words for you, sir, but regardless, that Eagles team has been so hit or miss. Like, you blew out a Giants team this week, but you barely could beat a Browns team last week. Where's the issue lie here? Now, with freaking the Bengals, you guys should have a way better record right now. You guys should be either second or number one in your division, or at least a three-way tie, something. Because you guys have way too much firepower to not be a contender in your division. To where it's like, well, what are we doing? What version of these guys are we getting? Mm-hmm. No different than we used to do Jared Goff with the Rams. What version are we getting?
Yep.
You know, so I'm pretty sure we were split here.
Nope. Actually, this one we were unanimous yet again. Both went with the Eagles.
Very well.
Yep. We both went with the Eagles for this one because honestly, even though, yes, Joe Burrow, you have been on, you've gotten some dubs under your belt and everything like that. They haven't been convincing enough for me to believe that you are an actual threat in the AFC North. So, yeah.
Facts. 100% agreed with.
Just saying. But moving along to a Saints-Chargers game where
this game sucks for me. I took forever to make this pick. So did he.
Oh, yeah.
We don't think that either one of these are going to be. This is a throwaway game for us, honestly.
Oh, yeah. Because we were split for the second time between me choosing the Chargers, him choosing the Saints.
Because Justin Herberto, listen to me. Your career is doomed in LA. You need a change of scenery, guy. I can't keep putting my faith in you. You need a change of scenery. Test out free agency. Don't pull a Phillip Rivers to where you end up with no rings. You have the capability of doing it. Now, as for the Saints, on the Saints' behalf, Spencer Rattler did not play that bad last week. Week 4. Was it week 4 last or last week?
It was
Can't
last
remember.
Week.
Either way, Spencer Rattler did not play bad. You know, last week against the Bucs team, played fairly well. Fairly well. Granted, he lost, but he played extremely well. Whether or not he's going to keep that up, that's a completely different story. It's just, yeah, I got my qualms with both.
We'll see. But moving along to a Buffalo Bills versus Seattle Seahawks game where yet again we were divided. Your boy chose the Seattle Seahawks to win.
And I chose the Bills because even though Geno and the boys got the win this week against the Falcons, I don't see them getting the win this week. I really don't. I can't.
I see them getting the win because I'll be the contrary to this because they beat the Falcons, yes. But my thing is that we've got a Buffalo Bills team that, no different than the Eagles and the Bengals, has been wish-washy themselves.
Yes, they have. I will give it that.
To where even with them getting Amari Cooper from the Cleveland Browns, I don't think that that's going to be enough to actually beat the Seahawks because their defense, though the Seahawks defense, though they've been a roller coaster ride of consistency, they've had far more ups than they have downs.
Especially this season, yes, I will give them that. But it's going to kill me to say this, I went with the Bills specifically for that reason. Because we talked so much shit about Stephon Diggs being the reason the Bills had the success that they had. Amari Cooper's no different. Amari Cooper is no different, dude.
Yep.
I feel like he could elevate Josh Allen, even if it's just for a week.
Fair. I could probably see that. But at the same time, this just goes to prove, though.
Oh, the Josh Allen is not good. Yeah, I know.
I'm just going to say, because it's like the fact that your organization seemed to be so scared of your performances that they had to go get a starting caliber wide receiver for you. Just goes to show that all the hype that you get and all the credit that you get is a crock of horse crap. Because without a starting caliber wide receiver, you ain't nothing. But I'm gonna leave that alone.
Either way, I still see the Bills getting the dub.
We'll see. But moving along to the Chicago Bears, who are coming off of a bye week, going against the Washington Commanders, who are coming off of a week where they spanked that behind.
They put belt to ass, y'all.
So, obviously, we unanimously all went with the Washington Commanders because, obviously, they're coming off of a belt to ass game.
And this isn't their first belt to ass game, and realistically, yet again, we're at the halfway point in the season, and I'm not sold on Caleb Williams.
Nope. And you want to know something awesome about this game? You want to know something cool about this game?
What's that?
This is battle of the number 1 and number 2 pick of this past draft. Caleb Williams versus Jayden Daniels.
Is.
Number 1 versus number 2.
Oh, Bobo.
Oh yeah.
Listen. I got a message here. All right. As much, yet again, as it pains me. One, I hope Jayden Daniels comes back. Because you realize we won't get that if he doesn't come back.
That is true. That is true if he doesn't come back.
But if he comes back, just know, Caleb Williams, I hope you are ready to get just done in.
Oh, yeah.
Done up. You're going to get rode hard and put out wet.
Oh, yeah.
Hung out to dry. Because that Commanders team isn't going to let up.
Nope.
And it pains me to say it. It pains me to say it as a Cowboys fan. It does. But yet again, as I always say, game recognizes game.
Mm-hmm.
And unfortunately, the Commanders are killing it this year.
Oh yeah, they are. And obviously, if Jayden Daniels does, is able to play this week against you, this is going to decide who truly should have been number 1 versus number 2. Because we've already seen, kind of no different than the year prior, with C.J. Stroud and Bryce Young, the number 2 guy was better than the number 1. Just saying, is that trend going to continue, or are you going to break that streak, Caleb?
But I think the only reason Caleb would get the win is if Jayden Daniels doesn't come back.
Yeah.
That's the only way I see that happening.
Oh, yeah.
But we don't know, so I'm still going with the Commanders because Mariota balled out this week.
Yep. Unanimously, we all went with the Commanders. But moving along to a game that should be a give-me game. The Carolina Panthers versus the Denver Broncos. Bo Nix versus either Andy Dalton or Bryce Young.
Whoever they decide
to throw out there. Either way, it's a give-me game.
This might as well be a second bye week for the Broncos.
Might as well say, because we unanimously, again, chose the Broncos to win this because, again, the Carolina Panthers I'm sure they're doing this on purpose. They're tanking on purpose to do a rebuild through tanking. No different than the Browns tried to do all them years ago. But I don't think that this is going well for y'all.
The math is not mathing.
It's not working. Y'all might want to find another rebuilding strategy.
Facts.
Just saying.
Spend some money in free agency, something.
Yeah.
Figure it out.
Yeah.
At this point, I'm about to start calling y'all the Carolina Poopers.
But, all right, moving on to another division game between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Las Vegas Raiders, where unfortunately,
very, very unfortunately, might I add, disclaimer now, we did not want to do this.
Yeah.
We did not want to do this. Gardner, I love you, Gardner. Just don't think that that I did this willingly, okay? Yeah.
We would much rather Gardner actually win this game and prove us wrong, but unanimously we went with the Chiefs. Only because with the way the Raiders have been playing here lately, we can't put our faith that they're going to be the ones to dethrone the Chiefs right now. Like, if they do, that would be fantastic.
Yes.
But I just don't see it.
Not at all. Not in the slightest.
So, moving on to your Dallas Cowboys versus the San Francisco 49ers, your kryptonite in the playoffs.
Listen. I just got one thing to say. Jerry, just know, we take another blowout loss, just know. We take another blowout loss, I will be on the first flight to Arlington. I will tear that stadium apart bolt by bolt, piece by piece, seat by seat. We will not have a home stadium.
Hey, it is what it is. But obviously, being nice, we all unanimously chose the Cowboys to win this.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, we all unanimously chose the Cowboys to win this.
Very well.
Mostly because the 49ers are injury riddled like a mug.
Yeah,
they just announced that Brandon Ayuk is out for the season with an ACL and an MCL tear. Freaking Talanoa Hufanga is out.
Yeah.
Dree Greenlaw is out. Deebo Samuels right now is questionable. We don't know if he's going to play or not, but he's been questionable for a while now. You know, like they've got so many key guys that are injured.
Christian McCaffrey's still questionable.
Yeah, he's still questionable to where it's like there's just way too many holes in that roster for me to believe that they're going to find a way to win.
Yeah.
Especially
it's hard for us to find a way to win too, because we're injury riddled as a stew.
Fair.
This is literally like, you want to talk about a war of attrition? That's exactly what this game is going to be.
Oh yeah. And then moving along to a Monday night game that is going to be terrible, if I'm being honest.
Absolutely atrocious.
Between the New York Giants and the Pittsburgh Steelers. And unanimously, again, we all chose the Steelers.
Yes, we did.
We all chose the Steelers, unfortunately, because realistically, Daniel Jones is not going to do anything. That defense is not going to do anything. Them ugly uniforms are not doing anything. Like, let's be honest.
But the uniforms are the best part.
No, them uniforms are ugly. I'm going to say it to the day I die. As long as they have them uniforms on, them things is ugly.
You need to retire them. No different than Danielle Jones and the Turf Monster need to end this abusive relationship they got.
Lord have mercy.
All right.
Crazy.
I'm just saying. I don't have faith in the Giants whatsoever.
Nope.
The Giants suck.
Yes.
Y'all thought Kayvon Thibodeau was going to be the answer. He wasn't. You went and got Brian Burns. Thought he was going to be the answer. He realistically hasn't been. Evan Neal hasn't been the answer. You got rid of Saquon. He hasn't been the answer. OBJ's been out of town for umpteen years now. Sterling Shepard's gone. Freaking, you guys got Malik Neighbors, but
he can only do so much.
He can only do so much. You guys let Evan Ingram walk. It's like you guys don't have anything. Give it up.
Yep. Just commit to the rebuild.
Admit that you f***ed up.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
Admit that you didn't prepare for Eli leaving.
Nope. Not in the slightest.
Because you hyped up Daniel Jones thinking, oh, he's going to be the next Messiah. You know, it's like, no, you can't just draft one guy and be like, oh, yeah, this is our franchise guy. You can put that label on him all you want. But after, 6 seasons now?
Mm-hmm.
He's not the franchise guy. Give it up. I'm tired of it.
Nope, he's not.
I'm going to be jumping and crying tears of joy the day this man retires. Okay? I would much rather have Eli's old ass back there.
Dang, you hate Daniel Jones that much?
Yes, and you know how much I didn't like Eli. I couldn't stand Eli.
Yeah.
I would much rather, no, better yet, I would go as far to time travel.
Ooh.
And go back and pull a Jamarcus Russell or a Tim Tebow out of retirement and convince them to play for the Giants. Then I would trust Johnny Manziel Johnny Football to not blow a check at a party than I do trusting Daniel Jones to lead the Giants to a winning season, much less a playoff spot, much less a Super Bowl.
I can get behind that. I can definitely get behind that.
I'm surprised. You know what? It pisses me off so bad. Do you remember that one Make-A-Wish Kid Foundation video where the kid just gets laid out?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that's what's happening with Daniel Jones. The Giants are realizing they got fleeced, and they feel bad, so they just throw him out there and want to see him get beat up.
It is what it is, regardless.
That might have been taking it too far, but that's how deep-seated my hatred for Daniel Jones goes.
Yeah, we can see that. We can definitely see that. I mean, my hatred don't stem that far, but I mean, hey, it is what it is, At the end of the day, football is football. Somebody's got to win, somebody's got to lose.
At the end of the day, Daniel Jones sucks. He fleeced the Giants. The entire New York community got fleeced. I'm sorry. Hate it for you.
Yeah.
On that note, y'all stay tuned for the next episode to see who gets hosed down with the water. And y'all tune in for the next episode to see the Bean Boozled. And I get to taste possibly either fruit punch or dirty feet. All right.
That's all we got for you, though. We'll see you on the next one.
Peace.